Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today I'm going to be reviewing a western themed Disney film, folks. Yep, they actually made some of these back in the day. And of course it'll be for my Disney movie marathon. I figured I would review a Disney film, a live action movie, since the live action films aren't something they really would talk about really. Because people would often talk about the animated features. I mean, I understand why, but I feel like people should talk about the live action stuff more often too. But anyway, this is the film I'm going to be reviewing. Davy Crockett King of the Wild Frontier. So yeah, I figured I'd review this because it was a while ago. I've seen this. I've been meaning to review this movie for quite a while, folks. It was since my previous Disney-a-thon, so I figured I would do it now. So of course, as usual, I do have to talk about the plot, so let's get into it, shall we? Oh yeah. Oh yes, there's the Wild Wild West in this particular Disney flick, folks. So legends and myths from the life of this particular character named Crockett are, of course, depicted in this particular film that was edited all together, folks, from the studio. So Crockett and his friend George must fight in this particular war. However, the thing is, the character of Crockett, he is elected to Congress and brings his tough ways to the House of Representatives. So, of course, after this, we get also get to see that him and Russell journey to Texas and partake in the last stand at the Alamo. So, yeah, there's some crazy stuff going on in this particular film, folks. While it may not be a complete depiction of certain events in history, but it's a entertaining film nonetheless, I suppose. So, if you're into the whole Western thing, folks, I guess you may enjoy this film. Or even if you're just a Disney fan as a whole, this film wasn't too bad. I did like it as a whole. I was never the biggest Western fan, really, but I have seen Western films over the years. And of course, I wouldn't mind watching more Western films as it is, regardless what the studio had made it. So this one wasn't too bad. There's some action, some decent acting, and the overall musical score wasn't too bad as well, folks. So, yeah, I'll say I give this one a shot, no pun intended. So this one was pretty solid, folks. And the thing is, this film it's something that not something that every Disney fan might not talk about because it's not an animated feature. But anyway, this this movie they got a pretty positive response. I guess in some ways, it was in a lot of ways released as a result of the huge success of the three episodes, which were first shown in this Disney television series back in the day. The film remains Disney's most successful television project to date. The David Crockett episodes of the mid 1950s did spark this David Crockett craze other times. Well, that's pretty cool in a lot of ways. So there were toys and such. That's pretty cool, folks. So the thing is, folks, the success of this particular movie did promote Disney to create a sequel, which I will review in my next video of my Disney-a-thon. But anyway, they don't make these live action Disney movies like they used to, folks. I always thought the old live action Disney movies were far superior than a lot of their recent live action films. Yeah, I said it. The thing is, anyway, anywho, yeah, they did make another movie after this, which I will talk about in my next video, as I mentioned before. But anyway, I just want to talk about this one in particular. As I said a moment ago, the acting wasn't too bad. The story itself is pretty solid, and yeah, this film is really old. That's fine by me, folks. I always wanted to review lots of old movies. Reviewing a lot of old movies that lots of people may not talk about is one of the reasons as to why I created this YouTube account, really. So I wanted to use this as an excuse in some ways to put them out as review an old movie, and that's what I'm doing. So I felt that talking about a Disney flick was a pretty good way to do so. So this film was well edited, I suppose, and there's plenty of action to be had in this adventure. And of course, I would say that I would definitely give this film a recommendation. Even if you may not be a huge fan of Western movies, I'll say check this film out anyway. It's not that bad. While this film may come off like you have a low budget, but that's fine. I don't mind low budget films anyway. But there's lots of nice scenery in here, folks, and scenery in this is really nice in here. And this film was really well choreographed. I did like the fact it was really well choreographed. And just because it's a movie for the family, I know I said this before, but just because this film is aimed for the family, doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a bad movie. I don't have no idea as to why people have the conception that if it's aimed for kids, or just the whole family as a whole, it automatically has to be garbage. I mean, personally speaking, I don't care for family movies, really, I honestly don't. But we'll watch them, if they're well made, of course. I don't mind well-made family films. But for some reason, Disney was always the exception. That's the thing, folks. I know I've said this multiple times before, but I'm going to say it again here. I don't like family movies. I really don't like kids movies at all. But for some odd reason, I'll give Disney an exception. I'm glad I did, because this film is not all that bad. It's pretty good. It's very solid. So if you're somebody that haven't seen this yet, I definitely recommend this, because it's not that bad. It really isn't. So I will try to enjoy this film. So yeah, folks. Anyway, Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier. This film, it gets an overall rating of a 6.7 out of 10. It gets a 6.7 out of 10 from me. So of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. See ya.